Hey guys, I'm Jay, and today we're going to take a look at the highly anticipated Ganzo Firebird FH31, and we're going to find out if this has at least met the expectations that were set in place by the FH13 that you see here. Stick around to find out. You should be looking at some specs right now. Now, these are measurements that I had personally taken myself, but don't worry, I will also have them listed down in the description below. So for those of you interested, you can follow along as you watch the review. First, let's take care of those size comparisons. All right, let's go ahead and kick things off with everybody's buddy, the Spyderco PM2. Has about a Benchmade and the 940. Kaiser Vanguard Dukes. Here's another Vanguard. The Mini Sheepdog. The Steel Will Modus. And let's finish off this section with another recent Ganzo Firebird release, the FH31. Starting with the blade, you are looking at 3.38 inch Wharncliffe in D2 steel with it's flat ground with a really nice satin finish. This blade is sitting at 3.2 millimeters thickness and a width, so from the spine to the sharpened edge across, is going to be 1.07 inches, which I generally really like blades when it's they're over that 1 inch width. The FH31 features a very nice and fully functional forward finger choil. I love it. The deployment is accomplished with only just the flipper tab that you see here, and the blade is riding on a ball bearing pivot, and the detent, as you can see, is very, very strong. I am unable to shake the blade loose, which means that this has very, very good action. I mean, very good. This snaps open with authority every time, reliably. Now, it's not quite at the point where it's dropping shut, fully on its own, but you can see there with a little bit of shake and bake, you are able to get it to close that way. Now, unfortunately, you are unable to do that, that thumbnail closure that a lot of us like to perform, because the blade actually passes the detent very, very late. So at the point when it does finally get past that detent, yeah, I mean, that's where it's at. So there's no way that you can fit your fingernail under it at that point. This Ganzo uses a nested liner lock, which if you take a look a little closer, you can see looks like it's locking up at about, what do you guys think, about 30%. That liner is very, very, it's easy to get at. You can see it's raised well above the show side of the scale. I just want to bring you up close so you can take a look at the centering, which is, wow, that's just about perfect. Now that's impressive. Now there are a couple areas of jimping. It's going to be here on the flipper tab, again on the handle spine. I know there was one more. Oh yes, right here on the back spacer. And now that I'm feeling it, actually, the jimping on the back spacer feels a heck of a lot better than on the spine of the handle. This is a little more rounded. Kind of feels like like the side of a dime. Now, if we move on down to the handle, it's a 4.5 inches in length, and the thickness, it is under a 1/2 inch at 0.48. Now, the scale material is going to be just that standard G10 with the carbon fiber laminate over it. As you can see, I can fit all of my fingers here on the handle, and I wear about a medium-sized glove. Yeah, there's even just a little bit sticking out. And then if I go ahead and choke up here with the forward choil, that even allows for even more room. Now, the fit and finish here is, you know what, I'm gonna say it's just okay. It's adequate, and we will get to that more here in a second. Now, most of, if not all of, the inside sharp edges of the scales, they are a little on the sharp side, but all of the outside edges are very nicely rounded and chamfered, so that's good to see. Now, in my version, there really is not much traction here, but this is also offered in G10, which that one might be a little bit better, but here, this carbon fiber laminate, yeah, it's quite smooth, quite slick. Now, if we look at in the pocket, Ganzo did give us a very nice deep carry clip that is, in fact, if you can see that where it's mounted has been recessed into the handle. Now, the clip is going to be just tip up only, but that's for righties. Hey, look at that. We do got some lefty love. Thank you very much. And you can see there is that's a little plate that's, of course, covering the unused side. The closed width here is going to be 1.40 inches wide, and unfortunately the widest section here, when it is in that closed position, is going to be, yeah, pretty much in the middle. So that means it's going to be in the middle of your pocket as opposed to down towards the bottom, which is usually ideal. Before we go ahead and toss this up on the scale, I just want to go ahead and show you that for the most part this is going to be closed construction because of that backspacer, which also houses the lanyard hole if you're interested in that. If we take a look in the inside, those nested liners have not been skeletonized in an effort to reduce the weight, so let's see how that is gonna affect it here. Well, that's not bad. 4.1 ounces, which is going to be roughly the equivalent of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like 5 AA batteries, or I believe it is almost the exact same weight as another Ganzo Firebird, the FH31. Now, I have actually previously reviewed the Ganzo Firebird FH31 that you see here, so if at the end of the video you can just go ahead, you look up to the corner there, and yeah, go ahead, click on that icon, and you will be able to watch my full knife review. Hey guys, really quick, do me a favor, go ahead, click on that subscribe button if you are looking for knife reviews that get right to the point, and if you enjoyed this video, I don't know, how about a thumbs up? Thanks guys. And of course, before we get to my potential deal breakers, I do just have a question for you guys. And really, all I'd just like to know is, which Ganzo Firebird are you more interested in? The FH31 here at the top, or the FH21, which was actually released at the same time? Let me know down in the comment section below. Now, potential deal breaker number 1 is going to be regarding some of the fit and finish issues. Now, mainly there's quite a bit of sharpness going on here on the sides of the flipper tab, and also, yep, one place it definitely should not be, and right there in the in that forward finger choil. And the last potential deal breaker is again going to be regarding that flipper tab, and it is just a monster. I mean, it really is. It's huge. And what that does then, so if you can see that, if you're cutting here on a flat surface, there is going to be a heck of a lot less usable sharpened edge, which is why I honestly think, now this is just my opinion, I think that this knife should have been thumb stud deployment only, because then you wouldn't have this gigantic flipper tab, and you have room for the thumb studs because of the forward choil, so it's not like that they would get in the way of the cutting path. Just some food for thought. Now, if you are not totally in love with this configuration, you can actually also get this in either green or black G10. I don't think that there is the gray G10. Somebody correct me on that in the comments section. But for $25 is what you can expect pretty much everywhere to pay for this. That's a fantastic deal. I mean, $25, you're getting a ball bearing pivot, you're getting a D2 blade steel. And now, do you remember when I said that in my FH13 video that I had, I think I made a statement about how Ganzo Firebird has kind of raised the bar pretty darn high because of the quality that you're getting, you know, for the price. And it just seems like that they took some shortcuts when making the FH31. Again, in regards to the fit and finish, because of all that, all of those sharpness issues. Don't get me wrong, this is a fantastic knife. It's a great knife. I think that I just like the FH13 a little bit more.